When we done Lock Stock, it was really late one night and we were reshooting. And it's the scene where I go in and I say, you know, lads, if you're going to come after me, bring the white flag high and clear so I can see it. I walk out and then Guy goes, say that, don't leave, turn around and say what you normally say to the lads. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, what'd you say if you just walked out of here now? I said, oh, see you lads, it's been emotional. He said, give me one of them. Oh. So I turn around to Jay and I go, Jay, there is one more thing. And now I'm thinking, what is it? He said. So there was a lovely delay, and I go, it's been emotional. And I walk out.
Virgin Radio.
Tell me, John, how can you be concentrating on improving this lovely tan, and it is a lovely tan, by the way, when you've got more pressing priorities at hand?
Tell Harry. I mean, Mr. Harry, I've been busy. I'm nearly there.
Check his locker, son.
I don't suppose there's any chance of you lifting this sunbed up, Chris, is there?
That was my first ever meeting with Guy and Matthew Vaughn. It was like, two geezers want a meeting with you, they're doing a movie.
Right.
I go along, there's two geezers sitting there, and I chat, and they go, we're doing this movie, it's called Dead Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and it's I like the name, you know. That's great, yeah, we want you to play this. Only a little cameo, you know, come in a couple of times and that's the end of it. Well, of course, when we did it, there was retakes of 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. So I went in, that's how my part got bigger. Right. I was only in for a couple of scenes.
You were just around.
Well, my first lines were, yeah. Well, I was in St Albans Nick on me when I should have been on the set.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble the night before, so I didn't make my first day on set.
Yeah.
So when I actually did do it, it was slamming Jimmy Tarbuck's son in a
bog.
No, what's them heated things? Suntan thing.
All right. Of course it was.
Yeah, it's in there, wasn't it?
In the sunbed.
Sunbed. So I smashed him in the sunbed. Then there's another scene, and he goes, and actually Harry's there, and he, Paul Moriarty, and he goes, I can't have that, lads. Me and Lennon McLean. No, Harry, you can't.
And you also stuck my head down the toilet TFI Friday.
TFI Friday.
And Guy Ritchie directed that piece. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that was so mad.
Well, they were good nights, TFI, weren't they? Because be over the pub all afternoon getting smashed.
Yeah.
And then a debacle of a show and then go out afterwards.
Yeah.
Happy days.
In the middle of it, a show happens somewhere and people seem to like it for a bit.
Yeah, get upstairs, don't forget your toothbrush. I was like, well, you know.
I didn't realise you'd been in over 120 films.
Yeah, about 120 I've done now.
I didn't know that.
Worked with some, and TV stuff.
I knew you'd been in a lot of films, but not over 120.
Yeah, Johnny Lee Miller, I did that one with him, Sherlock Holmes and that TV show out there. I just done Law and Order. I done a season on Law and Order. That was good.
Gosh,
I enjoyed that.
And so the Gentleman is back. And so
thank God, yeah.
This is like it's Lock, Stock, son of Lock, Stock and Snatch and everything else, but on the telly, and it works because we were all holding our breath. We're big fans of that kind of genre. You know, Guy Ritchie at his very best. But boy, did that show land. How was it internationally?
It was fantastic because I was here and then I went back to LA and it was just as big there as it was here. And I can remember that happened in Snatch. I remember Snatch. We were renting a house on Benedict Canyon and Guy rang me and he weren't there and he said, it's opening night. He said, go down. You remember Sunset and Cahuenga? Little, the Fives, they called it then, the 5 cinemas there.
Yeah.
So I went, okay. So he said, go down and see how it's doing. So I came round the corner and I've gone up in the escalator and the stairs and I look round, there ain't a lot of people. And I'm going, oh. So I came back down and walked round. As I come round the other side, the queue was miles down Cahuenga, and I rung him and I went, we've cracked it, son, we've cracked it. And that was the first insight, really, that Snatch had smashed it, you know, had landed, yeah.
And boots on the ground, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You can.
Well, we did that, and then we had the premiere, and I met, you know, Tarantino and people like that, and we were just like absolute gobsmacked. We were just so far out of our own worlds. Yeah. You know, me and Statham running around like Charlie Big Bananas and all that.
Do you still see Jason a lot?
Yeah, speak to Jay.
I mean,
Guy at
he
Christmas.
has just exploded, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
Biggest
he's
box office star in the
absolutely
world
smashed
currently,
it.
or top 5 or something?
He'd be up there easy, I'd imagine. I'd be up there easy. And, you know, he's fantastic what he does.
Yeah, of course he is.
You know, it's quite funny because when we done Lock Stock, it was really late one night and we were reshooting. And it's the scene where I go in and I say, you know, lads, if you're going to come after me, bring the white flag high and clear so I can see it. I walk out and then Guy goes, say that, don't leave, turn around and say what you normally say to the lads. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, what'd you say if you just walked out of here now? I said, oh, see you lads, it's been emotional. He said, give me one of them. Oh. So I turn around to Jay and I go, Jay, there is one more thing. And now I'm thinking, what is it? He said. So there was a lovely delay and I go, it's been emotional. And I walk out. One take, that's it. And it was 4 a.m, see you later. Everyone goes home and I go training the next day because I was still training.
There is one more thing. It's been emotional.
And then we did another one another night and they were doing the party scene and all the rest of it. And I said to Jay, because he could stand there and jump and do a backflip straight back onto his feet. So I said, do one of them. So he done one of them and it was just like the old Crazy Gang days, mate, in filming.
And the flow of, you know, when you've got that, when you literally can't go wrong, you know, touch wood, you can't go wrong. Does it feel the same on the set of The Gentleman? Is it the same vibe?
Well, do you know what's funny, Chris? I went, first day, went to see Guy in his trailer. I got ready. They said, oh, Guy wants you to go and have breakfast. So I'll go and have breakfast first. I hadn't seen him for ages. And I'm looking out the window of his trailer and I'm just like, can you believe this? He's like, what? And I said, look how massive this has got.
Yeah.
Because you've got to bear in mind, on Lock Stock, there was 4 or 5 of us in one little tiny one-man caravan.
Yeah.
Pulled in by somebody's old Hilux truck.
Yeah. And
now you're looking out the window of this massive set outside Badminton House. Mm-hmm. They're all loving us. They can't do enough for us. And at the time, you know, you couldn't do anything for Lock Stock. And I said, wow. And he went, what? And I said, Guy, none of this would be here if it weren't for us with Lock Stock.
Yeah.
It was a come to Jesus moment. Do you know what I mean? It was, oh my, and all these people are running around, they're busy. They have no idea that 2 geezers are sitting in a trailer over there and it's all down to them.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's Matthew and to start with, you know.
What was the
Matthew
budget for Lock
Guy.
Stock? Was it a couple $100,000 or something stupid?
Yeah, it was $300,000, but then they
300 grand,
They
what?
didn't have enough money to finish it and Trudy and Sting came in.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a scene where me and Sting go, I walk in Sting's bar and he goes, oh, Eddie's bar, he's over there. We weren't even there. And I went, I didn't know about filming then. I said, well, how can I do this? And he's going to tell me, he said, you're going to walk in, go like that. I'm going to then, when he comes in next week, I'm going to have him pointing over there. So it cut together, but I didn't know any of that at the time.
Virgin Radio.